Let's go back to September 2024. I'd recently got a 1973 Volkswagen bus and had been working on it almost daily to get it ready for Ducktail, one of the biggest car shows in the state of Indiana. Though despite cutting corners and moving as fast as we could, we were unable to get it there. It was running very poorly and the battery wasn't holding power. Cut to a few months later, we got it running good enough to drive through a Christmas parade, but not good enough to get home. The car lost all power and needed to be towed home. The VW bus just simply wasn't ready. A little bit later, it was New Year's. The year had changed to 2025, meaning we had 9 months to get this thing ready for Ducktail 2025. Surely 9 months would be enough time, right? First, we needed to figure out why the battery was not staying charged. It was a pretty easy fix once we figured out what was wrong. The alternator light on the dash was not hooked up properly. Once we fixed it, the alternator started charging again. Next, I needed to figure out why the engine was running so poorly. And it had to do with this thing right here. Now, let me explain. The original engine had 2 carburetors. We changed it down to 1. The carburetor we bought was not jetted right for our engine. Then once we changed the jets to get the right fuel and air mixture, the engine ran way better. And then on top of that, we changed the oil, which made it run even better. Then we mounted a camera to the side and got ready for our first test drive after the changes. It still wasn't great, but with a little bit more adjustment to the jets, we got it running pretty good. Next, I cut out some foam for the seats, which turned out pretty good. And then the window tint I ordered had arrived, so we put that on. And then next, a new shifter and new floor mat showed up. And then I took some of my own carpet and made these custom ones to go over my seats and down the middle. I then installed these covers to hide the wires under my dash. As I was changing the shifter, I thought I might as well change the shift coupler as well. It was in pretty bad condition. And then I got the designs for my seats and I got to work on making them. Then for my birthday, I got some parts which will make it ride a lot smoother. Before I got to work installing those, I wanted to clean up my fenders though, as they were still pretty dirty and rusty. Now that the shocks are done, we're going to change the ball joints and put in 2-inch drop spindles to lower the whole front end. Though we're starting to get close to the deadline, there's only about 2 weeks left before the show. While out on a drive, my speedometer cable snapped, so we also had to fix that. Changing the ball joints and adding drop spindles was going to be way harder than I thought, solely because the ball joints were completely stuck. We put so much pressure on them and even heated them up to get them out, but eventually we did. With only about a week remaining, I installed these sick LED lights and finished up the headliner. And this is how the car looks now. And for some final little details, I added some stickers to the back of the seat, and I also cleaned it up for the show. And to finish everything up, I installed this new steering wheel, and it was ready for Ducktail 2025. It was time to head off to the car show, and we made it there without any issues. But would we be able to make it back? And, well, kinda. We ran out of fuel on our way back, but other than that, it made it back just fine. And that's gonna conclude this video. And there might not be another one for a while because this car's kinda done. There's not really much more I need or want to do to this thing. Only some simple stuff like maybe changing the tires and getting the heat working, but other than that, I think it's done.